Hi, I'm here with BARTKRESA, and we're obviously standing in front of this amazing skull. Bart, could you tell us a bit about yourself?
My name is BARTKRESA. I'm the founder of BARTKRESA Design, a projection design studio based in Santa Monica. And we do projection design work for concerts, different venues, award shows, and then this is a very unusual project that we have done here at SIGGRAPH today. It's a collaboration of Josh Harker and then our studio. So I don't know if we should talk more about that or...
Yeah, just talk about what your role was and Josh's role.
So it started with Veronique Pittman, who is a philanthropist. A couple of years ago she contacted me and she asked me if we would like to collaborate with Josh Harker, who designed the skull. And her idea was she really wanted to see an animated, projected skull for her festival, Laka Laka in Mexico. So this is how it started. At first we just designed the front of it, started simple, and then after that was successful at the festival, we started thinking about how to do the whole, 360-degree skull. So the next idea was to go to the Burning Man. I don't know actually how this came up, but I think maybe it was the idea of Veronique. We experimented a little bit, with different techniques, and then we found, different ways of designing for the skull. And a year later, we all met at Burning Man, which was like a year ago. Now, should I go further with this?
Yeah, like how did your audience interact with the skull at Burning Man? What kind of experience was it for you?
This was my 6th time at the Burning Man, so I knew what to expect. The experience was great. The people at Burning Man are amazing, and the way how they share and the way how the community works, helping each other is very, very special. So the audience was very excited. We didn't have a show as long as we were planning to have. It was shorter, but still was like a really good, good way to start. Now after that, when we came back to Los Angeles, I found out that there was a show that we could participate in for Adobe Max Conference. So we were invited to that show, and that was in October of last year. And then about, I think, 3-4 months ago, somebody from SIGGRAPH contacted me and asked me if we could bring the skull here. So here we are today, with the show.
So glad you're here. I mean, it's amazing. It's a showstopper. So what inspired you to create this piece?
Well, it started with Veronique, and then when we look at the skull, we really wanted to give it a name. We wanted to name the project. So I came up with an idea of give the name of Shogyo Mujo, which in Buddhist tradition means that everything is passing, everything is in transit, and nothing is forever. Which seemed like a really great, title for this piece, because, the projections are always changing the look of it, they are just transforming the look of it. And then, especially for the Burning Man, the idea was that during the day, the skull is a sculpture, and then after sunset, it becomes alive with projections. And then throughout the night, it changes, and then by the morning, when the sun comes up, washes the projection away, it's sort of like a natural death. And then, the cycle goes on, and then at night, it's alive again.
So why did you choose these particular images?
We were looking for different inspirations, and the skull by itself is already a very meaningful to all of us, object. We looked into nature, we looked into history. There are some looks that we mapped faces of different people from around the world on it. So there's a variety of different types of designs, and this is just the beginning point of us. We're going to continue working on it and making more.
Awesome. So how does this projection work? Could you explain?
Technically, it is projection mapping. The image is mapped on the skull. Everything was designed in various different programs, but at the end, the final animation, it's sitting on a 3D object. So that 3D object inside of Pandora's box, the software that we use to map everything onto the skull, we have virtual cameras that are set up in the same spaces where the projectors are set up, and sort of this way we can figure out what part of the image needs to go on what part of the skull. So it sounds very simple, and it's a long, multiple day kind of process to set this up and tweak. But at the end, you can see that it's looking really nice, and actually a lot of people are asking if this is projection or maybe some kind of display, and the image comes from inside. So that tells me that we have done a pretty good job on alignment of everything, because you cannot really tell how it has been done.
Exactly. Could we take a look at how the process is created? Like, yes. Maybe over there?
Yes.
I'm here with Dylan, who is involved with the technical aspect of Shogyo Mujo. Dylan, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Dylan Rosscover. I work with BARTKRESA Design as an art director and research and development lead.
Great. Could you explain how this process is created?
Very complexly, if that's a word. I'll invent a word for it. So essentially what we're doing here is taking live inputs from cameras on mobile phones using Wi-Fi, touch devices such as iPads, and sending these signals over the wireless network to the computers, which then interpret them and output wonderful magical colors.
Yeah, it's amazing. Can you sync all the projection maps to music?
Definitely. We use an audio analysis that analyzes the audio, either ambient or line in, and really takes it and sees the lows, the mids, and the highs, and really gives us a little bit of a visual experience that synchronizes with it. And more than that, though, it's not just about the machine doing everything. We really listen to the audio and interact with it ourselves, because it's almost performance art. It's not just about the machine doing everything for us. We're interacting with it as well.
I see that you're holding some kind of tablet device. Is that how you interact with the school?
Yes, this is some tablet device. This iPad, when we touch various buttons, it creates different color combinations and interacts with the skull and the polygons on it.
That looks quite fun. I imagine you get distracted with that all day.
In a good way, yeah.
In a good way?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dylan, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you.